Alright, this one's going to be on moving our mouse cursor using just our keyboard, using this couple of scripts here. So the first one is called Mouseless PY. It is a script that will actually enable a grid type of system. And the second script is called Mousemove mode. Basically, that one will allow you to do short movements, mouse clicks, and dragging and highlighting mode and all that. This one's more like the accessibility features where you move around with your numpad that most desktop environments has. But this one you can actually use your own hotkeys. You don't actually have to use just the numpad. Anyways, let's demonstrate this out here. Okay. So the grid one here, this one's called Mouseless, and you see it has a grid, and there's like 9 tiles here. And depending on what keys you hit, it'll go to that general area, so on and so forth. And so let me show you the hotkeys for that. Real simple. When you have a grid, there's 9 keys. Not that hard, folks. So 9 keys. If you're using like a numpad, these are the 9 keys. Although not everyone has a numpad nowadays. Like if you're on a laptop or you have a compact size keyboard, there's no numpad. Anyways, so I replicated that for over here. If you want to use Q to Z to C, C, D, E, and so on and so forth. So these 9 hotkeys here, right, to move around. That's for my left hand, and my right hand I use these keys here: M to the U to the O to the period, and these 9 hotkeys. And with this grid, you can actually undo if you hit the wrong button or something like that. You can hit space to undo it. And if you want to exit the mode, you can hit escape, kind of like you do in Vim. You hit escape and you exit the the script. Or if you're doing the right hand, I bind it to semicolon, and that's how you exit there. So on and so forth. So let's see that in action. What does it do here? So basically, if you activate the script here with our hotkey, and let's say I want to go to this top corner over here on the left, so I hit Q, and so on and so forth, all the way up to there. Right, simple. Let's do the what is that? Let's do the bottom middle. How about that? You see here, and if I want to go to the left, and you keep doing that and so on and so forth until you get to where you're at. So let's say if I open a window here, and let's say I want to get to this help thing here. How would I do that from here? So bust this out. I know that is in the top left side, and now it's in the middle, and now it's in the center, and now it's at the bottom of that, and then I am there, right? And basically I can click on it using my second script. So that's how you would use this grid type of thing. Real simple. Now the second script will be activated once the first script is is closed off. So let me show you an example here. Let's do that again here. So this one is the grid, and this one's called Mouseless. As soon as I exit that, I'm automatically into my mouse move mode script here, and I can move around using either my Vim hotkeys or my WAS hotkeys. So let's explain the hotkeys for this one here, the second script. So the second script, you can move around using WASD. If you ever play first person shooter, I used to play Counter-Strike 1.5 and 1.6 and all that, so I'm used to that when I'm using my left hand. For my right hand, I'm actually used to the Vim hotkeys, so I use HJKL, and I also have it for the numpad also. So 8 is up, and it's the same thing like the WAS, but 8, 5, 4, and 6. And these ones, 7 and 9, is your mouse clicks, either the primary or the menu click, and so on and so forth. To exit in here, I think it's the plus sign. Right, so there you go. Anything else? Let's go back here. Now the WAS here, and Q and E is to this one is for primary click, and this one is for the menu click, and we'll leave this one as the middle click. And this one down here, this is your beginning of your dragging mode or highlighting mode, depending on what you're doing. If you're dragging, then it'll drag a file or something. And this one is to end the dragging mode. So beginning, end. Okay. Now over here, what keys do I use? I use HJKL. But if you want to begin the dragging mode, is end, and then this is to end the dragging mode. Anything else? Oh yeah, this one U is for your primary click. I think this one's your middle click, and this one is your menu click. And to exit the mode, I think it's the same. Was that a semicolon? I forget all the hotkeys, but anyways, how does that look like? So the reason why we have two scripts is that, I mean, let me give you an example again. Open that sucker up. Let's say if my mouse is down here and I wanted to go to the top here using the mouse move mode. It would be too slow. Look at this. I would have to move around like that to get to the X button up there, right? It'll be too slow because this script doesn't have acceleration like the accessibility features, that they have on different desktop environments. However, this one is more precise when it comes to exactly where you're going. There's no acceleration because I tried using the acceleration stuff they have in the accessibility features, and I would hold on to it and I would have to backtrack to where I want it to be, so it's not very accurate in terms of going there. So this one is kind of like text editing. It goes character by character, I guess. If you're used to Vim, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so it's not really fast, right, to move to where I want it to be, but it does have mouse clicks and stuff like that. I can do right click and left click and so on and so forth to get out of there. Now, so that's why I have two scripts. So the first script is just to jump to the general area that I want to go to, right? I don't have to be really precise. I mean, I can go up to here and I'm fine, right? I know that once I exit that mode, I'm into my second script, which is the mouse move mode, and I can go there real quick. So that's why even if I don't have acceleration, I can just use the grid and I jump to the area that I want to be at, and my mouse is there, and I can continue on with my second script. So a combination of both makes it really quick to do these type of things. And if I want to exit out of this, I just hit that. So that's what the second script does. And let's demonstrate like dragging and dropping and highlighting and all that, which I think I did in my demo video. But let's do that again here. So let's just recap on the hotkeys, right? If you want to drag something with your left hand, we have the Z and X button. So this one's to begin, this one's to end. If you want to do it over here, it's just this two buttons, same thing, right? So let's do that here. We'll activate our script for the grid, and where do we want to go? We want to go, let's say, in the top here, the bottom. So around here, let's say I want to drag this image here. So I hit Z on it, and now it's in the dragging mode, and I can drop it down here. I hit X to let it go, and there you go. We have our image dragged and dropped it. Let's do that again, but this time we do like highlighting multiple files or something. Let's say we do here, we'll begin our dragging mode hitting Z, and now we're gonna actually make a selection here, and we'll end the dragging mode with X. And now if we just go on to the image and begin the dragging mode again with Z, and now we can actually drag all those files over here. Right, so that's how you do the dragging. And what else is there? Let's do the highlighting. Same thing. You begin the dragging mode, and then you end, the dragging mode. So let's say we do the text here. We'll activate our script. Where do we want to jump to? Let's say we'll do it around the middle somewhere. Why not, right? Let's say here. And now I begin it with Z hotkey, and I can go drag it, you know, let's say stop up to here where it says legs or something, and I hit X to end it. And from here I can just hit Control C, you know, if I want to copy it, or if I want to really do the menu click, I can do Q. Oh no, it's not Q. What the hell? What am I doing? We already exit the mode, so let's do it again here. Now we're back in here. We can do Q, and there we go. We have our menu to do that. So real simple. It's not that hard. What else is there that we want to do? I think that's about it. I mean, the only thing that this one is not good at, the second script that is that if I wanted to drag this window, the dragging mode does not work with dragging like this or resizing the window. But you know, there's other hotkeys to do that. So for example, if you're on XFCE here, I mean, if you have a tiling windows manager, then those are built in already. But if you're using like XFCE or some of these other desktop environments that's floating, you can actually hit Alt and space, and then you have these let me zoom in if I could. Can I zoom in? Okay, now if I hit Alt and space, you can see that it has these what you call this accessibility features, where it has like the little X with the underlying and stuff like that. So basically, if you want to hit move, you just hit M or R if you want to resize and stuff like that, right? So it's not that hard. So all I gotta do is hit Alt space, and then I want to say M for move, and now I can use my arrow keys to move it around, right, without using your mouse. And once you want to stop, you can hit enter, and there we go. Same thing again, Alt space and R, and now you can actually resize the window, right? And once you're done, you hit enter, and there you go. You can resize just using your keyboard, so on and so forth. It really depends on you know, what you're using. If you have a tiling windows manager, you can do that already. Anyways, hopefully you understood all that. So how you get it set up? How do you get it set up? So these two scripts are actually the main two scripts, but this one is actually just to call this script and then this script. So let's explain that here. Well, let's explain all of them. Why not? The first script is the grid one here, and this one is a Python script, like I said. What do you need in here? So you need to install the requirements, which is Python 2, this Qt4, the Excel tools and all that. And as far as the hotkeys here, I think his by default, who wrote this? I forgot. Hushram, I don't know how you say it. Ruscom. Okay, maybe that's it. Ruscom. And basically his only had like for numpads, but I wanted my hotkeys, you know, the ones that I wanted to use, because not everyone has laptops. I mean, not laptops, full-size keyboard with the numpad. Most people have laptops or like a compact size keyboard nowadays, and so that's why I added more hotkeys to my liking. And I like using either left or right-handed, depending if, you know, one is tired, then I use the other one, so on and so forth, switch back and forth. So that's how I do it. So these are the hotkeys to move around to that tile. And as far as exiting, what is that? You know, you can exit using the enter key. There's either return or enter, or you can hit escape or semicolon or the plus sign if you're using a numpad. And this one is to go to the previous grid. You can either hit backspace or space or 0. So basically, if you doing a tile and you go to here and I say, oh man, I messed up, I can hit space to go back all the way to the center and resets. So that's basically what that does. Anything else in here? That's all I did to change it. I mean, everything else he wrote, so check that out. Okay. And the second script, this one is actually the one I wrote for the mouse movement. What is that here? In here, what do you need in here? You need Xtool tools, Xterm, and control. Oh, that WM control. The reason why you need Xterm is I couldn't find a program to detect your keys, because when you use the read command, it requires a terminal open, so you can actually see what's being typed in, and based on what's being typed, it'll do a different command for each case. And so you actually have a terminal open, and that was the only way I got it to work. I probably need some other program that can detect it, maybe like a keylogger or something, I don't know. But anyways, that's my solution right now. If you can do better, because I'm horrible at scripting, and if someone knows how to do this, make it proper, that'd be great. But anyways, when you activate this, you can see a little Xterm terminal up top here. This is actually an Xterm terminal here, and this will read like whatever you typed. Like if I hit HJKL or something like that, then it'll read in here, but it's silent, so that's why you don't see anything typed out. And usually I put it, you know, 1 by 1 pixel or something like that, so it can be out of the way, so you're not seeing anything, but you actually can still use it. And another trick I had to do was that if you click on something, it will lose focus, and the terminal, if it's not in focus, it will not work. So I had to write another function here, another while loop here, to refocus the window if it's not focused. So every time I click on something else, it will refocus back to the Xterm. Anyways, that's my lame solution of doing it, but it works. So there you go. And once you hit escape or something like that, it'll exit the script. So that's how that works. Kind of like Vim, you know, you hit escape out of that mode, and then you're onto another mode. So that's the script here, and that's what you need. Anything else in here? Most of these packages, it should be in your software repository, so it's not like outside of any official anything. Anyways, that's pretty much it. If you want to change your hotkeys, you can do it from here. Whoops. Like I use HJKL for my right hand, and left hand I use the WAS hotkeys. And I do have some for the numpad, like I said. Or if you want to use the arrow keys, you can use the arrow keys. And to get out of this is either escape, the semicolon, or the plus sign, right? And that's pretty much it for that. Now the last script, what was that one? This one is actually just to activate the other two scripts. I mean, you don't actually need this thing, but you can actually just, you know, write your own end statement to activate this first script and the second script. But I made it more, I wanted to kill any existing one, and I also wanted to, well, you need to put this all in the same folder. And as far as binding hotkeys, you can use any hotkeys you want. All you gotta do is bind this one script, and it'll activate the other two scripts. Okay, so you can bind it to Control Shift A, or if you're using the right hand, it'd be Alt and semicolon. And if you use like numpad, you can always use like the pause button. Any way you want to bind it. So let's say, for example, I want to use this one. Let's do that here. Where's our script here? Let's open our keyboard or something. So if you want to bind this to, let's say, add, we're trying to add here our script folder, and the one that we want to use was, what was it called? Mouseless or something, right? Yeah, Mouseless move mode here. This one. And we'll hit OK, and let's say we do Control Shift A or something like that, and that's how we would bind our hotkeys. Alright, so this is our binding, and all you gotta do is activate it now. And now whenever you activate that, it will actually open the grid first, and once you exit the grid, let's say we do something in here, let's do that over here. Once you exit the grid, you're into the mouse moving mode. You can move around, and then you want to close it, we can close it, so on and so forth. And when you want to exit the Mousemove mode, you hit escape again, and it'll exit the script. So that's how you set it up. Hopefully you understood all that, and it's actually been pretty cool. I enjoyed it really a lot. Not sure how this will fare in multiple monitors, but for a short type of task while you're doing some navigation, you don't actually have to use your mouse to do it. And I mean, it's not going to replace your mouse, okay? Don't be stupid here. But if you can use your mouse less, then it's more efficient, okay? That's it for this one.